Could you ever guess that this music video actually was filmed with a cell phone? Just 5 years ago, the first cell phone with video camera was released. At that time, the video quality was of course really bad, but now you are able to shoot some really nice high definition videos with your phone, just like what you see here. I borrowed the new Nokia Lumia 920 to shoot this music video, and it performed really well. This film was shot both handheld and with a Steadicam. In post I added some minor color correction and the sound of their live performance after they had mixed it. Everything was made within 24 hours. So let's take a closer look at the camera in this phone. It has a call-sized lens with aperture at 2. It has an image stabilization inside the lens and a new PureView technology which makes the video look good even when you are filming in low light conditions. In the video settings you can change the white balance, turn on and off the autofocus and choose the quality of the video. One of the first things I tested when I got the phone was the quality of the video and the stabilizer. This footage is shot handheld at daytime. It's full HD and as you can see the quality is really good and the stabilizer makes the footage look nice and smooth. Sometimes it had some problems with the autofocus, but that will probably be fixed in a new update. Then I tested to film in low light. I met some of my friends at their studio where we filmed the music video. For lighting I used some normal office lamps which I placed around the room to give a nice orange light, and also a working lamp which had more blue light. It looks really strong in this video, but it isn't. And in the background we added some colorful lighting sticks to make a more exciting background. To make the background as dark as possible, I added some black tape to block the light from hitting the wall. I shot everything handheld, and since the phone is relatively small and light, it was easier to film from different angles. To change from wide shots to close-ups, I had to move the camera, since it doesn't have an optical zoom. I also wanted to test the glide cam to make these fast movements to the shots. Since cell phones doesn't have a screw mount, we needed to tape it to the glide cam. The phone was also a bit too light for the rig, so we taped some weights to compensate. What I thought would be the hardest to do on set was to make the right exposure. Since the camera doesn't have manual exposure, and since there are no apps for it yet, I couldn't control it. But I was surprised how good the camera handled it. I thought it would automatically turn up the light in the background and make it grey and noisy, but it didn't. The autofocus was also nice. Sometimes it was a little bit slow and hard to use, but what can you expect from a phone camera? The most trouble I had was actually when I was to transfer the video files from the phone to my iMac. Since it's a Windows phone, it wouldn't communicate with my Mac. I could download an application for it, but it required the newest iOS. I didn't have this iOS, so I had to borrow my girlfriend's laptop and install the app. The camera records MP4 files, which Final Cut doesn't accept, so I had to convert the files to Apple ProRes 422. If you are using iMovie, you don't need to convert. The editing went well, but the colors of the footage surprised me. It seems like Nokia has chosen to make the phone enhance the contrast of the video you shoot. Some people may like it, but for dark shots you lose a lot of color details. This is an example. I shot this during an evening in Copenhagen, and it's straight out of the camera. As you can see, it's high contrasted and quite dark. And this is the same shot, after I lowered the contrast. Doesn't it look better? For the music video, I lowered the contrast and also the colors a bit in post-production. I think that makes it look more like film. The cell phone has also a nice microphone, but in this video we added the music in post. As a conclusion, capturing video with the new Nokia Lumia 920 is really nice. But I doubt that any filmmakers out there will buy this camera just to make films with it. But for having it as a travel camera, it's great. Especially if you have time to color grade your footage afterwards. What I would like for this phone is an application that makes you control the exposure, control the focus, and even control the contrast and the colors of the video. If it also had some optical zoom, that would be perfect. Nokia is really close of reaching the sky with this phone. In the video settings, you can change the white balance, turn on and off the autofocus, 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 turn on and off the autofocus. What the